Welcome to Night and Day Network's metaphysical journey through the mundane, where the reality of the mundane is broken down into spiritual awareness of the metaphysical language our soul utters on the earth plane. This metaphysical lecture is about the seed and the soul, presented to you by Night and Day Metaphysics, and sponsored by nightanddayNetmarket.com. Metaphysically, the soul is a seed. Like a seed, the soul is buried into the dirt, known as the earth plane. When that soul, like the seed, is watered and nurtured with the bright and beautiful rays of the sun, which is the light of life itself, it begins to grow roots and rise out of that dirt and present itself as a beautiful flower. The light can be compared to the spirit of consciousness. Consciousness is basically the awareness of existence itself and being able to have the ability to observe reality intellectually. If you are familiar with the Bible story of Moses, he had a conversation with God on the mountaintop on behalf of his people, the Israelites. He asked the Lord, "What should I tell my people your name is?" And the Most High responded, "Tell them my name is I am that I am." That is the core of every soul seed. This is what defines life itself. Comprehending the full idea of I am is having intelligence and awareness of being. Without that concept, there is no way anything can exist in the natural world. Whether we know it or not, everything in nature has this quality. Now back to the metaphysical breakdown of the soul and seed. Everything on the earth plane and in the cosmos start off as a seed. The sun itself is a seed. It rises out of the darkness of the sky as the seed rises out of the dirt of earth to produce a sprout. The sun flourishes as it reaches its solar noon cycle, the same as a flower flourishing in mid-spring. But as it gets later in the day, the sun began to set and descend back into the night sky. The flower does the same, later into its season. It starts to decay, only to return back to the dirt, to begin the cycle all over again. The soul metaphysically have to correspond with the same exact cycle. That is the Adam story, who is known as the first son, S-O-N, but metaphysically you can compare him to the sun, S-U-N. Adam was raised out of the dirt like a flower when the breath of God entered his nostrils. And the breath of God is literally composed of spirit, consciousness, and light. That's what entered Adam, making him rise to become a living soul, or a living son. He flourishes in the Garden of Eden like a flower until Eve or evening comes. Eve convinces him to eat of the tree of knowledge, and he returns back to the dirt from which he came, exactly like a flower, or a sunflower to be exact. It's all a metaphysical language coded into the spiritual text. The story of Adam continues to the New Testament, which is basically a new season. Adam the sun rises again, but this time he's known as the Christ, who also represents the sun's return. This is also the metaphysical representation of night and day. Another metaphysical concept that resembles the seed and the soul is the idea of thought itself. Thought is a seed buried within the depths of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is darkness, like the dirt of the earth or the blackness of the evening sky, or even a mother's womb. The seeds of thoughts can impregnate the subconscious mind just like the seed of man can impregnate a woman's womb, or a sunflower seed can impregnate Mother Earth, or the sun can impregnate the night sky. But back to the seeds of thoughts, which are nourished with ideas, which then manifested itself into existence. There's not anything in reality which wasn't a seed of thought first, buried within the subconscious mind. Every invention, every nation, every corporation started off as a seed, buried in the darkness of a subconscious mind. Nations grow like the flowers of a field. They flourish and then they collapse and return back to the dirt. A nation and a flower will rise again in its proper season, sometimes renamed like Adam, when he rose again as the Christ. There's absolutely nothing new under the sun. Everything in existence, including your soul, is in an infinite cycle like night and day. These cycles are comparable to a circle or a wheel. Within this wheel you'll find the Alpha and Omega, which is the beginning and end on a constant pendulum swing. That was the metaphysical breakdown of the seed and the soul, brought to you by Night and Day Metaphysics, and sponsored by the nightanddaycbdhub.com.